Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the Summit 7 Southeast Asian qualifiers. We're going to be taking a look at game number 2 between Happy Feet and Clutch Gamers. I'm Lyrical, going to be joined as well by the lovely, the wonderful, the great Ryu Borez, Mr. Ryu Dota. Sir, how you doing, man? You excited to see some more Southeast Asian Dota?
Yeah, man. And then when you came in, it just all you said was taking a number 2 or something, and I was just like,
What?
Did I reference how Happy Feet just got a number 2 taken on them? And I was like, yeah, let's do that. And then, yeah. So anyways, they're going to have to strike back pretty hard. They really do love their ES. And at the end of the day, it's a very strong hero, but it can be punished. And we saw how it was punished last game with the Omni Knight. As long as the heroes repelled certain BKBs, the BKB on CK, he was immune to ES and Disruptor. But oh god.
All right. They want to bring it out. It's time to party. Alchemist is out and in force for Happy Feet. I mean, this might be the little bit of cheese that they need to pull over the side of Clutch Gamers. I will say I felt like Clutch Gamers played much better than them in the last game, just by and large. I felt like they understood what the lanes were going to be, and then they responded appropriately. Armel kind of went off. Again, it's worth noticing that this is the winner's bracket. So at this point, Geek Fam as well as Faceless have both been beaten by these two teams. So they're sitting top of the marks for Group A. Obviously, there's a whole nother Group B. But if they win this, then I believe it does secure them into the playoffs, the upper bracket of the playoffs, which can make a huge difference as well. So a lot on the line for these two teams. I'd love to be able to make it there at the start. And possibly Happy Feet with the Alchemist pick is going to be able to turn the fortunes around.
Oh, Alchemist. Let's see. There's ways to counter him. Surprisingly enough, they banned out one way to pressure him early on, which is the Ursa. But apparently they don't want to deal with an Ursa on the Dire side, where Ursa is a very good laner. And then if they're able to just take Roche, they're going to buy a lot of time for the Alchemist. And then banning out Lifestealer is a very hard counter to Alchemist, just because the Rage, he doesn't really care about the Radiance and whatnot. And then, well, got a Timbersaw.
Okay. That's a good answer to Alchemist as well. I've been playing a lot of Timbersaw recently. I've been seeing a lot of top players playing it too. It feels like the hero can be good, but there's certain things that really still shut him down quite well. Silences. I don't know if we're going to see it this game, but Bloodseeker is just a pain in the butt to deal with. All those heroes. Do you like the matchup at mid against the Alchemist though?
Oh yeah, he just completely craps on him. And then all you have to have is a good roamer from Clutch Gamers. Like this Sand King could be a decent roamer. They can still go back for maybe a Ricky, a Bounty Hunter, anything they really want. And then they just keep eyes on the Alchemist at all times when he's jungling, taking the EXP. As we saw from Baboka, the Ricky just followed around the Alchemist during that tournament towards the end there against OG. And it's really strong. And Juggernaut is actually a decent hero against Timber, but it's not the best. If he already has those stacks up, then his ulti is going to do diddly. The Healing Ward does synergize pretty well with the Alchemist healing him up through Chemical Rage, so he's like a monster. And then, so I do kind of like the Juggernaut pick. It helps with the laning stage problem too, of where you have a greedy Alchemist already.
I mean, we're sitting in Southeast Asia. This is a Juggernaut pick. It feels to me as if they wanted to, they could run it mid and try and just hide the Alchemist by putting him in the safe lane. And that matchup to me feels a lot better, a Juggernaut against a Timbersaw, particularly if you're want to ensure that Alchemist gets good farm. And he still can head off into the jungle. If there's Earth Spirit that's roaming around, they don't really find chance for kills. He could stack for him as well. But now with the Axe picked, no matter what, Alchemist is going to have at least a little bit of a tough lane somewhere. And they got 3 melee heroes against an Axe. This is a great opening for Clutch. I like it a lot.
Yeah, they kind of overthought the Juggernaut there, not giving respect maybe to the Axe pick in their head. Axe is a huge hard counter to Juggernaut and Alchemist. He doesn't counter the Alchemist too much because of all the heal, but at the same time, Alchemist attacks fast, which allows you to have a better chance to have higher helixes. So at the same time, you do have more chances for these really good spins. Blade Mail helps out a lot against both of these heroes. Once he has that, they're going to be dying. Crystal Maiden, Crystal Maiden, it's okay. It helps amp up your Alchemist farm, but it's a squishy hero. I guess it's okay. It'll be okay this game. It can stop the Sand King from burrow striking and stuff. So,
yeah, I kind of know what you mean though. Like, it's not a super great lane support so much because you kind of need to get those first couple of levels to allow her to spam her Frostbite. And if you don't get that mana regeneration, like, your safe lane is going to be a little bit hemmed in and not really able to do a ton, I think. Like, Juggernaut CM, if you can get that combination off, is pretty good. I guess maybe the plan is that they want to try and find like a level 1 kill with Earth Spirit, Jug, and CM onto whoever is going to be there in the off lane. Or if they wanted to go aggro with it, they could go and do that with Jug, CM, and Earth Spirit.
Right, and normally when you pick CM, it's fine to have it this game because it, like we said, it buffs up the Alchemist farm by giving her more mana. You have a Juggernaut that we talked about where you can pick a little bit greedier in the support side because the Juggernaut, he can self-sustain in the lane and he puts out a lot of pressure. So the CM is more so for, you could basically stack the jungle for the Alchemist, get some levels up, help out, and whatnot. The problem is that CM, like I said, it's very squishy. It can get run down by Timbersaw very easily. It doesn't offer you the same team fight that a Warlock said per se because you don't have that big rock. But we'll see how it works out. And that's a really good Terrorblade ban. Kind of surprised that they didn't pick Terrorblade before X, but Terrorblade counters Juggernaut as well as Alchemist pretty hard, I feel, in situations where you just press your Q on them and they kill themselves. So Happy Feet, they need an offlaner here. Yes, Centaur is like their best bet, but
reserve time.
I mean, Slardar is already taken out too.
Maybe Puck, actually. It's not a bad Puck game if they know how to play it. If their offline player knows how to, because it's good. Synergizing well against the Timbersaw. Heavy amounts of Magic Burst can mess with the Axe initiation. Can get in the back lines.
Or just Omni Knight.
Radiant team pick.
It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I like it in some ways. It deals well with Timbersaw with the repel, keeping somebody alive, but you do still have the problem of Axe with his pure damage. Like, there is a lot of pure damage just in general. 2 BKB piercing disables.
So you need a hero now that I would really love to see build a Diffusal Blade. Also needs to really synergize well against an Alchemist.
Reserve time.
What about a Spectre?
Ooh.
That
seems like it'd be pretty good. Spectre Diff Blade is always weird too, though, because you tend to want to go for like a Radiance at a decent timing.
You go Radiance, then Manta, then maybe you would go Diffusal third. But it would still be a Diffusal hero. There's not really much else besides... I guess Morphling's good to counter the Alchemist, but it's not going to help you when there's repelled targets. But it's kind of like fighting greed with greed. So I think Happy Feet, they got away with a better last pick than Morphling. But at the same time, Morphling should be able to split up the map. They have a really good opening for both teams. So it's just going to come down to play once again.
I'm going to say this. If Clutch Gamers win this game convincingly, I am going to be all aboard the bandwagon for them. Not because like Happy Feet is the most amazing team in the world, but this is a different style of play than what we saw from Clutch Gamers in the Kiev Major qualifiers. And it was the thing that I felt like their team was lacking. Like, it was what Faceless ended up beating them with, was them not having an answer when their team fight was denied to them. This game, it feels like in some ways... maybe Happy Feet doesn't have the better team fight because you still have Warlock Sand King, but like an Omni Knight is always really good and Earth Spirit is there as well. It feels like Clutch Gaming's with the Morphling are probably going to be playing more split pushing style, right?
Yeah, both teams actually. They kind of both can split push really well because Morphling can do the split push. Timbersaw clears out waves pretty fast. He'll go for a Boots of Travel. So they have that for Clutch Gamers. And then on the other side, Alchemist, he's going to have, his split push game. Jug has to be very cautious when he's split pushing because of Axe blink calls. So I would say the split push advantage actually goes to Clutch Gaming for now because they have 2 heroes that can safely do it. It's like really hard to bring down Timbersaw this game until they have some items up, and it's going to be hard to kill Morphling once he has Lincolns.
And it does look like it is going to be an Armel Timbersaw. So I like this decision again. Ben is probably going to struggle, the Alchemist, against the Timbersaw. And there's a lot of strength heroes in this game. You've got 4 strength heroes for Happy Feet. Like, Timbersaw is going to go wild this game, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to sub Timbersaw.
Oh, God. Alchemist might just actually die right here. If he walks over this direction, you have some Burrow Strike. He could level up Whirling Death at the early stages of this. He's going to walk up to high ground, and Clutch Gamers are going to be here. Oh, does Ben go upstairs? It feels like he knows that this could be happening.
You're waiting. Patience. Patience. You got to learn patience.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah. Morphling with the max stat build. He's walking
here
up.
we go.
Omni Knight is going to be the one instead. So they are going to be able to go on to RR, and that should be the death of him. So first blood drawn by Gabby. A great way to start for the side of Clutch Gamers yet again.
And then they're going to be able to take that rune, and this rune is going to come down to Click Wars. Might go down for the Axe. Yeah.
I'll trade that
so
one.
this is...
Don't die. Please don't die.
Yeah. Nice. Got a ward already. Give me that, says the Axe.
Ooh, look at Jesse Vash. Oh, what a player. Do they know, though? The Death Prophet Courier. Oh, he's going for it. He wants it so bad. She's so slow. Trying to juke, trying to jive. It's not going to be an... What?
Oh, my God.
What?
That would... That's
no
like...
stats.
That's... Alright. I was going to say the R word. That's just stupid. Oh, my goodness. Any other hero besides Techies and that works.
Yeah. God, that
That's
feels
just...
bad.
That's where you want to quit Dota.
So is that now that that's happened and you do have CM that's gone off to the jungle, do you think that they can still make stuff happen here? Like, they didn't kill Axe with that first initial spin. Rappy's going to have level 2 now. In the mid lane, Armel's going to have a great time against Ben. I feel like this start for Clutch Gamers is kind of amazing.
Yeah, the one good thing, though, is Jesse Vash did steal the creeps from the Axe. Like, he's not going to have that many creeps to work with. But at the same time, Rappy, he did a really good job of pulling the creep wave and stopping this pull. Now, Yad's going to go for it again. Most likely going to get it this time. I don't think he's going to be able to stop him. But he's still already 2.5 as an off-lane Axe. Like, this is pretty incredible.
Well, thankfully, at least Alchemist is getting a good amount here, as it does look like Rappy going to be able to juke out the Rolling Boulder. They can't quite get into range with the Frostbite either, and Jesse Vash not quite level 2 as of yet. And that's going to help out across all of the lanes, but can see that already Armel, he forced out the Alchemist to the jungle, and he should be able to farm up with that.
Yep, it's just one of those lanes where Alk has to go to the jungle right when he gets level 3, level 4. It's impossible to stay in lane against the Timbersaw. So what they can really do now is they can rotate the ES middle or something if they really want, and he can leech EXP or something. But at the same time, if you do that, then Axe is getting free farm in the top lane, and you're not punishing him for doing these crazy shenanigan pulls.
I mean, they're going to try and do something here against Rappy, but it does not feel that likely that they're going to be able to find a kill. Still slowed for the moment. Well, all right, there's the roll or the boulder smash, and Rappy now in some trouble. Is going to end up dying to that one. So they make the rotation with the creep wave. They find the kill.
And that's very interesting to see CM not go for the Arcane or a level 2. Right. If they didn't have the slow as well as the Frostbite, they wouldn't have gotten the kill. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, R does go down. So that's a kill going to the roaming Sand King. Interesting. I want to see what he goes for. Is he going to go for mana boots? Is he going to go tranquils? Does he want to be faster, or does he want to be a team player?
Yeah, I feel like Arcanes are pretty solid if you can get up to that level of farm pretty easily. But we'll have to see. You know, honestly, I'm not too upset about that Rappy death. Honestly, like he's still getting his levels that he needs. You compare that to how this Omni Knight's going, and I feel like the Axe is going to be able to do more.
No, and that's the point too, where they've already rotated the ES to the middle lane, and that's where you have these two heroes now, the CM and the Jug. Sure, they can get the kill on the Axe, but it's a little bit miscall there from Rappy, but still he's gonna have his levels, and he's doing a really nice job. Meanwhile, bottom lane again going down.
All right, well, I gotta keep my eyes down here more often than not. There's like so much kill potential in all these lanes. You see how low Earth Spirit ended up getting dropped down as well, just by that quick movement, and at any point, these heroes could get taken off. Do you like the build?
I just got back into casting. It's not my fault, guys.
Do you like the build that this Timbersaw has gone for? The 2-0 or the 3-0-2 build on Timber?
I feel like it's good and bad at the same time. Like if he gets ganked, and then he could have potentially gone for the more into the Timber Chains to get away, or just even more reactive armor. Like if he has 3 in the reactive armor, he could tank the tower. Ooh, oh god,
Jesse
so
Dash
dead.
Maybe in trouble. Armel finds a kill onto the Earth Spirit in the meantime, and now they're going to chase him down. Don't quite have enough mana or levels yet for the Omni, but yeah, they take down the Earth Spirit in the mid lane, and he just can't sit here. None of these heroes can against the Timber.
Yeah, you were watching the Axe top, and then I was watching this. That was a really nice rotation coming in from Boombex. So, but yes, back in the middle lane, he is level 4 after this wave. So at least his levels are coming. Problem is, this tower is not going to be long for the world, and then when this tower goes down, he's going to be able to invade the jungle, which he's already doing right now. Timbersaw is going to go check, see where the Alchemist is. Unfortunately, not going to find him. He's checking also for stacks and whatnot. He keeps pinging. The Axe keeps pinging. He's like, kill this CM, kill this CM. He's like, no, I don't have chains.
It's probably for the best. And Rappy, I mean, he gets a ton of experience here. He's almost level 6 at this point. In the meantime, RR still at level 3, hasn't had the best time for himself. And they're just going to keep this pressure on this tower. Like, there's no great way to stop it. They're going to chase down RR now. Good bit of damage, but doesn't end up committing the whirling. The full combo second time around, and Armel's just going to pull the creep wave again, get the reactive armor stacks up, while up here in the top lane, Rappy, yeah, it looks like this time around he is probably going to die. Goes for some more spins, but yeah, they commit the Omni Slash and they find that kill.
It's fine. Omni wasted. They're happy with that.
Yeah.
No, but it's still nice kill coming in from Jug. He needs to make sure that he's off to the races, because if you only have one core this game in the Alchemist, you're not going to win this game. You're going to need so much more than just the Alchemist. He still doesn't have his armlet, nor does it look like he's going to have like the easiest time coming up soon. Once this, like I said, once this mid tower goes down, they're going to have a really big problem of the enemy team invading the jungle. Oh, he's going Midas on Morphling. Wow.
Yeah, the Morphling Midas, and then you look on the Jug, and he's actually going back for, well, he had the armlet queued up. Now instead goes back for the Manta, making a little bit more sense to me there. Armel is going to keep the pressure on.
Kappa?
All right. Had it queued. Not sure if that's ever a build, but could be. As they're going to chase down and almost killing him off. Ooh, Rappy dissuades them from going any further.
This is my hill. Go away, peasant.
So, Timbersaw, level 7. He has decided to go back for finally some points into Timber Chain, but should be able to, again, kill off this creep wave and keep the pressure on the tower. Does need to be careful about those heal bomb purifications. Bottom lane, they're going on to Rappy. Jules trying to bring him low. They could go for a couple more spins here, but does look like in some trouble. Maybe Jules diving too deep for this one. They bring in the Sand King, and he wants to get aggressive, but not quite in range as of yet. Good silence there from Yaj to kill him off. Still could be a kill here onto Jules if they find the angle onto him, and does manage another spin. Right click there. They get the Burrow Strike. Still trying to find that, but looks like Boombex might end up biting off more than he can chew. Does have stick charges. Can he get out? Can't Burrow Strike out of that one anymore.
You're dead.
Unfortunate. He didn't plan for the CM rotation.
Dire's middle tower is
So
under attack.
right now, HF are doing a really good job. They're getting kills in the top lane. Clutch Gaming are not invading the Alchemist whatsoever. They're not punishing the at all. Already got his armlet, but they're kind of just saying like, okay, we're gonna be content with just letting you do whatever. Meanwhile, God bless, that was just painful
that
to
was
watch.
beautiful. Oh God, I don't know what the hell ended up going wrong there, but he like tried to go for the deny as Armel was going for the like. He just blew him up before he could do anything. And I mean, they also glyphed the tower as the Omni Knight was going for the deny. It was a couple of misplays, but yeah, Armel has been playing his heart out. He's been having a great game.
Yep, and they're gonna take bottom tower.
Yeah.
So he's also got 3 in reactive armor. He can pretty much tank the tower, even though, oh my God, the Omni Knight so close to his arcane boots. It's just so poor watching this Omni Knight and his items. Meanwhile, Rappy's invading, gonna get rolled on.
I don't know if they want to make this play. With Sand King here, this is a little bit too bold, so they will back out. And like you said, the whole time through, you've got Clutch Gamers, the rest of them taking the tower, and this is what I feel like he can do with the Timbersaw. He's just such a bully in these early stages.
Yeah, I feel like they can even take the tier 2.
Yeah.
Like, they'll have to rotate 4 heroes or something to stop them. Surprisingly, they're just going to go back mid lane with the Timbersaw. I would have really liked to seen them just keep pressuring bottom, but I guess it's fine. Meanwhile, top lane, TP rotation. We're scared that the axe is going to get gone on.
That was a cute little play there by Yaj, kicking the Timbersaw so he couldn't get the full combo onto him. Another nice answer, but in the meantime, Jules does have Omni Slash available. Doesn't look like they want to go on the axe yet again. So everything is going to be fine for the moment. As we look at the net worth, Alchemist still on top, although it is maybe a little bit inflated because he's the Alch, and to me it feels like Clutch Gamers are still in control of this one. Oh, Burrow onto Jules. They ended up spotting him there, and now Armel on top of him as well. Jules in a hell of a lot of trouble. They're going to continue this chase, almost taking him down. He turns with the Omni Slash. It was never going to be enough. Yaj has shown up as well, but he might end up falling too. They have another Whirling Death there. They drop down the Chaotic Offering as well. A silence on Armel, but they're just doing no damage. I don't think
the hood pickup on Timber is just too much.
Another stun goes through, almost catch on to the Sand King there, but now RR, he's just going to get dove. The dunk is a little bit off the mark, but Rappy will have another call. They find the kill. Armel on a killing spree. Happy Feet are just they are not in the same league as Clutch Gamers this series.
Yeah, it's just happening. Whereas you could see if the Juggernaut had 2K more net worth, this game would look like it could be in the Clutch Gamers' hands where they could have a chance to win this, but when you're just snowballing on 2 cores here, you're going to have a fast Blink Dagger on Axe, potentially the Sand King. It's just too much. They're getting overrun. They're sacrificing too many kills. And even when this Alchemist does get a Radiance, it's going to be all on him. So too many eggs in one basket right now. They're still not out of it, but this Sand King, like I said, he's going to have his Blink Dagger now since he's in the bottom lane. Unless he gets... no, they don't have Omni. But Axe has his Blink Dagger. Sand King's going to have his Blink Dagger soon. I don't know how they're going to stop these initiations.
Oh, Rappy, he gets the call before Yaj can get the follow-up silence. They will get the boulder kick now, but you do have the Warlock in the area trying to heal him up. The heal barely is not going to be enough. They managed to find the kill, so something going right for Happy Feet here, and they might catch Fly Solo as well. Rock is not going to be there. They drop it now, able to dodge that one away, and looks like Fly Solo is just going to give him the walk away. The big problem I'm seeing, too, though, is that you have Gabby, who has a Midas, building towards the Lincolns. They haven't had any contested farm for the Morphlane this entire time.
None of their heroes can even contest them. That's the problem. Like, none of them. It's like the perfect last pick for them, and they didn't go aggressive. Like, if HF had went aggressive tri-lane, that was kind of like their only chance. But if you do that, then you leave Axe against Omni Knight. Axe wins that. You leave Timbersaw against Alch. Timbersaw wins that. And so it's just perfect situation where even if they do go aggro to shut down the Morphling, your other 2 solo lanes are going to crush. So it's just like a lose-lose situation all around.
I will say that Alchemist is getting towards the Radiance, and we've seen these Alchemist games just come back, and if there was a hero that was going to do it, it would certainly be him. But they need to start making stuff happen pretty soon here. And I'll have to watch if that does indeed happen. Blink Dagger done for the Axe. Soon to be dunks abound. Jules has his Yasha. I guess the other thing that you can say for Clutch Gamers is that their heroes, until Morphling really comes online, don't push that well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Right. But at the same time, once... actually, Morphling does kind of push well, because you just waveform, and then you can just... you do a lot of right clicks. Like, he does 130 right now, and it's pretty fast because he has max agility. So, right. Morphling, like, deceptively, he doesn't have minus armor, meanwhile, RR...
They missed the chains, but this is going to be another jump here onto Yaj. Rolling Boulder, and is going to be able to get out of that one. And a stun onto 2, magnetizes there as well. They have a follow-up stun in a second here from the Alchemist, and this is his Radiance completed as well. So they're going to actually start to do a good bit of damage over time, but Armel still going to be able to make the escape. Fly Solo will die. They only end up losing 2, and I think that that's still okay. Although, you know, these type of pickups are important for Happy Feet.
Right. Oh, who's dead? Oh, Jesse Vash. Jesse.
Yeah, he's gone. That was a quick kill. Armel is actually stuck in here with the Ancients and are trying to find this kill as well. Bringing him low. Armel is going to peel the walkway for the moment. That pipe is keeping him so survivable. Oh, Rappy, he's going to keep his buddy alive through this one. Just barely Armel's going to escape, but it does come at the cost of his axe.
Yep. Meanwhile, though, Morphling Free Farming also has almost the same net worth as the Alchemist. And then CM just got her Tranquil Boots. That's when you know it's a really bad game. 15-minute Tranquils on CM. Oh, man. So they're playing a little bit too over-aggressive right now for Clutch Gamers, but they're kind of getting away with it because they have the Morphling as backup. So at the end of the day, not too much is going to come out of this. HF still can't pressure. They can't get Roche. They might be able to get a kill bottom. Nope.
He's playing it pretty safe, and there's no Omni Slash, although there is the Earth Spirit rolling in, and it does look like Sand King. They missed the silence. They are going to be able to get the Blade Fury off, and that should be the death of the Sand King and probably the tower. That being said, while this is happening, Morphling getting ready to push and take down the Tier 2 tower in the top lane. So it's not really a trade that you're loving if you're Happy Feet.
Right, and they're even pinging go high ground. They're like, ping high ground, we got to force them back to the towers. And then they've already rotated on.
Look at this stack they're stealing too. God, that feels bad. You are the Alchemist. You really wanted to be able to finish off that stack.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Alk, I mean, he's got his Radiance, he's got the Armlet, but really none of the other pieces are there yet for him to sort of take over this game the way that they need him to.
He just got the Boots of Travel complete too, and that's not a fighting item. So just like, oh, more split push and more farming, but you're losing all your tier 2 towers. So this is right now it's looking pretty dire for HF. They've also got Bloodstone completed on the Timbersaw, so every death or every kill he gets is gonna get amplified now. The Juggernaut's farming in the enemy jungle. That's when you know it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Jules is gonna wrap around mid. Might be able to catch Fly solo. You should wait for him in. Wait for him in. Oh no. Oh wow.
Wow.
Pretty
the bounce.
Unlucky there.
Jeez, that. I mean, I guess it was bouncing around a lot, so it was more than likely one of those was not going to hit. But still, that hurts again. Like, you need any bit of kills going your way, and it's just not really looking like that's going to happen. And to me, again, it's like you said, it all comes back to the laning phase a little bit, and particularly like the problems that they had with having both the Earth Spirit and the CM on the team. It's just sort of tough when you've already got such strong lanes from Clutch Gamers. But down here to the south, they're going to catch Armel. If they kill him off with this Bloodstone here, this would be quite a big pickup, but he is still so survivable. They drop the CM ulti. Armel still manages to back out and away. The stun is going to connect, and that should be enough to find the kill. Does not get the deny off. So that's a huge one for HF. Happy Feet needed that one.
Right, that keeps him in the game a little bit longer. He's mad though. He's going to come TP back middle most likely. And then Morphling already got his Boots of Travel, so he's going to be split pushing even more. Ben, be a little careful.
And they have the
so all right, now's when the game really starts. because Axe just got his Blade Mail. Axe with a Blink Dagger is like okay, and then Axe with a Blade Mail is like a god. That's when you gotta start watching out for this hero. He's gonna be able to solo kill Juggernaut. He's gonna be able to solo kill potentially Alchemist. Maybe not solo kill, but he should get him to half HP. Gabby is gonna get that free Radiance.
Oh, that hurts. And does look like Gabby. Healing shock. Well, Jesse Vash is there, but yeah, the creep spotted him out, so they won't be able to find anything for this Morphling, really. There is some movement in towards mid now, as Warlock is sitting here, and Jules could have tried to go for something, but won't end up pressuring too far.
That's heads up play. Normally, sometimes people don't go for when they go on a replicate. You see Ben, he used his unstable concoction onto the Morphling replica just so he can get rid of it, so he doesn't get that free Radiance split push. So it's like heads up play to always do that no matter what, even if you don't get a kill. Oh, top bottom.
Yeah, they want to go on him. Armel in some trouble. They have that Omni. He's just going to deny himself. So 2 quick Bloodstone charges gone from the Timbersaw. He's down to 5.
Yeah, he had to do it that time because there was an Omni Slash waiting for him, as well as a Silence stun coming in from ES. I don't think he would have actually survived that one. He's playing really cocky right now, and he's costing his team a lot of the map control. I think you cursed him. You said he's doing amazing, and then all of a sudden stuff happens. There are talks, and then it's just done.
Well, the thing that I was going to say also is I really liked his build where we've been seeing, I feel like there's so many games where I watch Timbersaw where as soon as you get that Bloodstone, if you don't have any defensive items, you just end up feeding away a couple of charges because it doesn't make you that much tankier. It just allows you to farm more and, you know, stay survivable in the team fights in some fashion. But it looks like the Hood was not quite enough of a survivability item for him, and now he's sort of being punished for it.
Yeah, another thing is he doesn't actually have max reactive armor. Oh. I think that's a big misstep or an oversight too. That's, oh yeah.
Nicely done there to break the thing. Although, do have Jules in the area. They have caught now onto the Earth Spirit. They managed to find the call. We'll get some more of the Bloodstone charges built back up for Armel at the very least.
Yep. As well as the Yule's complete for the Timbersaw. He's going to have the defensive capabilities against the Concoction, the Silences, CM Frostbite. Meanwhile,
all right, the call is there as well. There's a lot of damage. They drop the Chaotic Godfrey's home, but Jules does manage to get off the spin. I think that they can still chase this down. Armel throws out that Chakram, and that's going to be an easy one. But now with Ben showing up, that chase is going to be there. Rappy ends up getting a good blink away to make sure that the stun does not connect onto multiple heroes. It looks like with that, Clutch Gamers will back out.
And that was almost a big play coming in for Juggernaut. If he had managed to Manta dodge the X call, he would have lived. But he got the call off, got the Blade Mail, basically killed himself. So, unfortunate there. And now it's going to be back to the farm game. Morphling almost has his E-Blade, and that's when you can actually start one-shotting Alchemist too. But at the same time, they've got the Mantas complete, so you can start dodging the E-Blade, the projectiles and stuff on the Jug, as well as the Alch. So even though they have the E-Blade, they need to make sure that they stun a target, right? So you can do the E-Blade combo on anyone that's Sand King stunned, as well as Axe called, and that's when you're going to see the big plays.
Well, Roshan is going to be taken now by the Radiant, and it feels like Happy Feet knew about this. They should be moving in to try and contest, I would imagine. There are some Juggernaut illusions going in now. They see how heavy Roche is.
I'm surprised they don't use the... Yeah, there we go. The Chakram should be used on Roche here. Should use the Chakram. Oh, whatever.
They're holding on to it for the moment. Armel, he drops down the Acid Spray. They're going to go in now. Whirling Death as well. Still holding on to him for the moment. There is another stun available as they have the Replicate out there. Going to be able to get that stun. Still Jules with the smoke up as well. Rolling in for this one. They silence the Morphling. Actually, Gabby in some trouble. He needs to get the waveform up. He is going to be able to walk away from that one for the moment. The CM ulti as well, quite large, and Armel is starting to drop yet again. So the Eul Scepter to keep him alive, but they've already lost the Warlock, and they're able to catch him mid-jump forward with the Frostbite, and it's not nearly enough damage. The huge call from Rappy, though, is it going to be enough damage? They're trying to bring them low, but it's not quite there. RR still surviving through this one. Gabby feels like he's been alive forever, and now they're going to take down Rappy. Ben, they're all over him, but a double kill, can it be enough to find the kill onto Ben? He's very low. Wombax finish him off as well. So they take down 4, and somehow, some way, Gabby lived through that. I feel like they were going to focus him there, but they just couldn't quite get all the heroes on top of that Morphle. He was silenced.
Yeah, they don't have mobility on their team. They're just like kind of walking heroes, CM, Omni. The ES is like the one that rolls in and stuff. Jug, he kind of has to run at you too. He doesn't have the Blink Dagger yet. It's just super hard for them to get on the back lines. And then when Morphling lives there, it looked amazing for HF still. But then all of a sudden you have this huge epicenter and Axe Blink Call just completely turning that team fight.
And I think maybe also like just a little bit too much grouping up there from Happy Feet. Everything becomes so chaotic in that last instant that you can't really like blame them, certainly, but man, that one certainly hurt. So E-Blade Gabby, he is going to really start to put the hurt into these supports in particular.
Oh yeah. And if they don't group up, then they can't really kill off like the Timbersaw or an Axe or something because they're melee heroes. Like you have the Alk, the Jug. ES wants to get in close so he can stun, silence. Omni as well. It's going to be kind of close. Oh, bam! Oh, the repel.
Can't quite get there.
That was pretty good repel. He would have been dead on the ES.
You think so?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, maybe not. Maybe not. He had raindrops.
Yeah. I guess that could have been something to make it work, but I guess you don't want to have to test it. So
yeah, they need to start getting Glimmer Capes now. But Jesse Vat, did he buy this gem? Yeah. So this is, you've already invested in a gem. Your ES is poor. He only has a blink. They need Glimmer Capes against the ulti of Sand King as well as the Morphling and his E-Blade, but nothing is coming out soon for the supports, and that's going to hurt HF.
I mean, you again have this Alchemist that's feeling quite strong, but I feel like they have the answers to him in a lot of ways, and now sending in a smoke gank, they're going to try and pressure this here. Does sort of seem like the Radiant, or rather Dire, realize what's up, although Jules is going to walk right into this one. Can they catch him? Yeah, there's the stun. There's the jump forward. E-Blade combination, and Gabby just destroys him. He just melts.
Yeah, that was like instant 1,300 or so damage coming in from the E-Blade. That's right.
And that was without Golem, too, so they're going to have another round of this in just a second. God.
They have Aegis 2 on top of Gabby. Hey, amigo.
Chasing down. This Morphling is there. They just jump forward and catch him in the jungle. Poor Jesse Vash. They try to go and secure the gem, and does look like they're able to get it for at least a moment. But
nice kick,
not sure if it's going to be enough. As Armel is there as well. Ben in some trouble. He can jump to the other side, though, and with that, Armel will be able to walk away. They burn through the Aegis. This is something.
The DD Alchemist, man.
Gabby, they throw on a chaotic offering. And it does look like, at least for now, Clutch Gamer is just going to back up.
Well, that's unfortunate. They should have been able to get the tier 1 tower, or the tier 3 tower, and been able to back up, take some shrines and stuff. But without Morphling having the Aegis there, they don't feel comfortable. So they're just going to wait probably till the Manta Style is complete on Gabby. And then when the Manta Style is complete, he's going to be able to get out of these silences that Earth Spirit's just been crippling him with.
Saw there as well the initiation that was a little bit fudged by Ben. He wanted to go on to the Alchemist in the bottom lane, but couldn't quite catch there. Still, they're holding on. Happy Feet. They're making these plays happen. And like you said, they didn't take down the tier 3 tower in the top lane, so shrines are still up and online. You have a little bit better map control than maybe you should have for Happy Feet right now.
Right, and then at the same time, Alchemist, he's already got his Octarine Core. And then he's going to be going back for his armor item, most likely Shiva's this game, to help out against the Morphling and his images and whatnot. So once he gets that, he's going to start giving Ags to somebody. A valuable Ags this game probably goes to Probably goes to Omni Knight first, I would say, so you can have the global effect, and then ES for the saves.
All right, Sand King is there. They spot him. Don't know if they quite spot out the Morphling though. And there's the initiation, silence as well. Morphling just jumps in, takes the tower, and gonna start to hit the range racks. And actually, they don't have a great answer to him. Almost taking out RR right there, and well, there's gonna be the replicate out. Now you've got Armel that's shown up. He's going to dissuade Happy Feet from chasing any further here. So, not the best defense in the world, but they're also so far behind.
Yeah, the Alchemist was preoccupied chasing the Sand King. Luckily enough, he was able to get out for boom, cause so. And then you just saw it with the Diffusal Blade on the Juggernaut. That's when the Morphling is starting to get countered at least a little bit here. With that Diffusal Blade, he's able to man up on top of the Morphling, burn his mana, and then Gabby's just like, oh wow, I can't do anything about that. And you can see why he's going back for the BKB because of that Diffusal Blade, as well as obviously the Alchemist too, with his stuns and whatnot.
Yeah. And I think that, you could say in a lot of ways, if you play this game perfectly for Clutch Gamers, there's a really high probability that they win. But there have been little, hiccups here and there for both of the teams. So I think that there's certainly still a chance at this point, but it definitely feels to me that with this Morphling at such a high net worth and them having the capabilities to kill off the Alk, that it's feeling very well in hand for Clutch, barring a big setback. What does that sort of perfect team fight look like for the side of Happy Feet?
I think the perfect team fight is just going to be them always having the ES, using his silences at crucial moments and stuns. Like when Clutch Gamers, they keep going very aggressively onto them, he's getting these 2-3-man smashes as well as 2-man silences, and then he's just kind of like turning the team fight around for them. And then you have the Omni Knight, as long as he positions really well in the back, he's able to repel the Alchemist or the Jug, and then they can just run in freely because, as we talked about, they don't really have ways to purge off the Omni ulti or really ways to deal with the repel. Like the only thing they can deal with the repel is like the right clicks coming in from Morphling, but he's not quite there yet. He is hitting for 320 a pop, but most of it's coming from the magical side.
Top tower has fallen.
Yeah, maybe once the Scotty is done, that helps to supplement that damage a little bit further. But you also have right now Happy Feet starting to storm down towers. They took down the tier 1, pressuring the tier 2 now, and it does look like we're going to see the side of Clutch Gamers come back to defend it. But they will not be able to catch anybody on their way out, it looks like.
So, more time given to the Dire. They are definitely in this game.
Middle tower is under attack.
There's still a lot for them to do. They just need to make sure they don't lose one big team fight. If they lose one big team fight, it's going to be over because Morphling is going to push really fast. They need to make sure they have their buybacks, and they need to make sure that they're just on top of the game and they don't get picked off by these smokes. Yeah. So, do we have any smokes for Radiant? Nope, doesn't look like anything coming out for them soon.
And I mean, you're seeing the power of Alchemist get shown. You push out all these lanes. It's really hard to deal with consistently, and because of that, Clutch Gamers, they're starting to lose a little bit of that map control that they would once held. Granted, it's still quite good for them, but like these Tinker Wards as well that are up here on the high ground, this spots out Morphling when he wants to hide in the jungle, and maybe then you find that silence into a quick kill.
Yeah, and then we were talking about how Gabby did want to go for that BKB, and now, like you said, he was going for the Scotty, realizing they need more damage in the team fights. Yeah. So, more control. But at the same time, I think he still needs the BKB eventually. Maybe he'll go it afterwards. And then you don't want to buy... He has enough for it to finish the Scotty. But he doesn't want to... I'm curious to see if he wants to finish it. If he does, then he won't have buyback. And then if he dies, it could be game over. So... Right. This is very tight and a very tough situation right now.
Well, in the meantime, looks like Shrine's having already been taken. It's Clutch Gamers looking to find a pick-off here. And unfortunately for them, it does not look like Happy Feet are going to give them that opportunity. You still have the Morphling who's going to push down the bottom lane here. He did decide to finish off the Scotty, but now you kind of have the split pushing elements happening where you push in bottom lane. You still have the Morphling illusions that are heading down their bottom, and then top lane gets pushed in as well by Gabby. And with Manta Scotty, like these illusions hit quite hard.
Like that's a pretty good zoning smoke play because that kind of gives them ways to like split push all the map as you said, and then that opens up this Roche play. Like Dire's like, I'm scared. Where they at on the map? We obviously know they're probably smoking somewhere, and then they're just confined to this little area. They don't feel safe, and that opens up Roche. So this is gonna go down here. Interesting. I want to see who picks it up. Is he gonna let Timbersaw pick it up? I guess I would definitely, yeah. I'd put it on the Morphling. He's your high ground Sieger. Siege with Morphling, and he has buyback in 400. I don't think they should go high ground until Gabby has buyback.
I mean, you get buyback by killing heroes, right? Just go for it. I believe in you, Gabby. Maybe not.
Maybe. They still don't have a Glimmer Cape on the Dire side, and that's like that's the way to counter Morphling. But
do you see
sports
this?
Don't have it.
Like
what?
Gabby is level 24 at this stage, also.
Oh my, that is pretty big
so
deal.
Farmed.
Yep, the Alchemist isn't as high as EXP because he's mostly split pushing with his illusion. That's where he gets most of his gold. But Gabby, he's the one that's constantly always in there, farming the creeps as well as just getting these kills. He's 6-0 right now. The only hero that hasn't died.
So more illusions gonna get created of that Alchemist, and now time to keep the pressure on. That was a quick call onto a couple of illusions. Juggernaut gonna push out towards the mid, but it doesn't feel like right now, even with the Aegis, Clutch Gamers are feeling entirely pressured to go high ground. Like it's sort of, we'll take it if we can get it, but it's certainly not super necessary. Linken's popped, stun onto Gabby. He's gonna have the slow heals coming in. It's a good bit of damage from Ben onto Gabby. He can't afford to burn through this Aegis like nothing.
Yeah, he was hitting on the range racks while the backdoor protection was still there, as well as just standing in the acid. He could have just stepped a little bit over, stood outside the acid spray, taken less damage. Positioning, maybe not the best so far from Gabby. He's also letting the stone hit him, even though you can see it from far away. That is a lot of damage.
All right, Burrow Strike now onto RR. Good silence. The Eul Scepter to lift up, creating that little bit of separation. Now turning onto Ben, trying to bring him low. They drop down the Chaotic Offering. The Fatal Bond Swell, it's only onto Ben though. Don't know if this is going to be enough damage. And now with that Guardian Angel, Gabby is in a hell of a lot of trouble. They jump in with Rappy. A big old call. It's going to connect onto 3, but it's still not enough. And they're going to start to burn through the mana of Gabby as well. They're starting to bring him low. Can they kill him off? That's going to be the Aegis down. Now Armel can hop back into this one. Has a hell of a lot of damage to dish out of his own right. But with CM frostbiting him, they're going to be able to do it. They do eliminate Yaj. A good E-Blade combination comes through for that one. But it's just not enough damage. They kill off the CM. They don't have an answer for Ben. He's just too freaking strong. The stun onto Gabby, he's going to end up falling as well. The silence is there. He did manage to get off the strength form, but he doesn't have enough mana, doesn't have enough life. They lose 3. Happy Feet take it convincingly.
Yep, that was pretty much all the Ags coming in on the Omni Knight. Like, he got a 3-man call, but he already used his Guardian Angel, and then all of its physical damage coming in, so you're basically not doing anything. Meanwhile, bottom lane is going to charge up the stun, going to go on the Timber, but I don't think they can. He might have overstayed his bounds.
I think he did. Ben in some trouble now, and Armel is going to have another Whirling Death. Just works so well against this Alchemist. They do have another stun in 2 if they can catch up to him. There's the lift up. Epicenter going to be channeled. They Burrow Strike, dealing a good bit of damage. He is still so freaking tanky, but now with no more ulti, that's going to be a swan song.
Man, he ran out of mana there on the Timbersaw trying to take him down. That's so much beef. All right, well, at least, well, I still think HF are still happy with the situation. Now, the thing is, do you start pressuring the lanes? How long is Omni cooldown of ulti? 160 seconds. So we have to think about this because this Omni ulti is going to be the make or break for HF in all these team fights, as we just saw. So they have that. Morphling's going to be up here in 18 seconds. Oh, can you see him? Use him. Oh, no, he's outside of vision. Yep, they're going to TP top, Morphling. They're going to force this buyback. You either buyback or you lose a Rex. That's what the play is. And then Omni Knight ulti in 20. So it's going to be close. Very close.
Yeah, he does have the Guardians now, too. Help that extra little bit of staying alive. So now movement in, like you said, 20 seconds. This should be a lane of racks for him, I do believe. It's quite hard to come in and contest it. You don't want to buy back on the Elk at this point. So that kill ends up being pretty impactful. Can they get more out of this?
Oh yeah, they can definitely get this tier 3.
All right, that's a good bit as well. They get the axe call into some illusions, but Gabby just does so much damage right now. Silent stun, right click, Alk back up in 1. They pop the glyph. That should be the signal for Clutch Gamers to get out.
They really wanted to just lose their racks and then not fortify. They really wanted to save their fortify, so next time they go high ground, they won't have the fortify to work with, but at the same time, Clutch Gamers might not go high ground because they might just want to wait. Oh, they got Gabby.
Oh no. Gabby, what have you done? And this has been one of the downsides of Clutch Gamers that we've sort of seen from time to time is like, they're very good at a particular style of play, which is team fighting, going in constantly, but they haven't quite perfected the like split push style yet, which is, I'm glad to see them working on it and playing better, because they definitely are playing better than we saw at the Kiev Major Qualifiers, but it's
you
tough
just look
to
at the
change.
ward though. Like the ward there, who expects that high ground ward coming in from the Dire side? That kind of scouted out his rotation, and then he was punished because of that, as well as him not having Manta style. He would have lived if he had Manta. Right. He used his Manta earlier, and then he tried to go for a play without having Manta. That's a no-no. It's a big boo-boo.
The other thing here is this is, 50 seconds with no Morphling. Like, they do have buyback on him, certainly, but if they lose Armel at this rate, which...
he'll be fine.
All right. This is a scary situation.
They still can't kill the Timbersaw. Timbersaw is very strong. He's got his Lotus. I think the only way they can really kill him is if they kind of perma-stun him with Alk as well as the ES, and then you have an Omni Slash on top of him. Meanwhile, Sand King's trying to rat it up, but he's going to be out of here.
Doing a good job of creating that little bit of chaos. I'm interested to see if the next Ags comes up relatively soon. Probably Earth Spirit with his Blink Dagger online. Maybe you could make a case for Jules. Oh yeah, he's already gotten it, the Juggernaut. As we do see Armel take down that CM.
They're so mean, man. Supports just get no love in this game.
That's 40 seconds with no CM. They might be able to do something with this.
Oh, I was talking about the Ags. That too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Ags, yeah. Like, Ags is pretty good because you can pull anyone out of... you can pull people out of the taunt or the call.
Oh, stun. Gabby in trouble yet again. That silence. All right, pops the BKB and does manage to get out now. But Gabby's still maybe in a little bit of trouble as Ben is going to chase. They do still have a jump from Axe if they want to go for a call. Holding on for the moment. Yeah, looks like right now Clutch Gamers just going to try and heal back up, then going for round 2 in a bit.
Interesting, he popped the BKB and ultied out like immediately. Like he had enough time to actually take the tower and potentially more, but he kind of panicked there. Well, it's like, oh, Omni Slash, save me.
No BKB either for 40 seconds, which makes this push a little bit more delicate.
That's just where he's going to split push now. Like, that's what you have to do. When your BKB is on cooldown, you split push the mid lane. He already TP'd. He's going to split push the top lane probably next. He's going to send in some Manta illusions. So he's doing a good job. And he's going to get the tower. Pop a dink, 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 dink.
Huh.
Dink.
Do you also see that he went for the plus 50% replicate damage?
Huh.
What do you think about that?
I mean, the waveform range is pretty good, but it's a 12-second cooldown.
Does it affect Radiance damage, do you know? As Foamback's going to drop here.
I would assume it doesn't affect Radiant damage. I feel like that's a flat instance. And then it's just... But I'm not sure, so I don't know. That's a good question.
Oh, Armel, they managed to get out on that one. The stun is going to fly very far away, and Gabby also able to escape from that. Let's see if that stun does end up hitting him. Never saw it. I got him. So, they end up taking on the Sand King, but still, Clutch Gamers holding on. A very extended split pushing style of game. Very different from what we saw last time around.
So right now, this is when Timbersaw is going to start countering out the Alchemist. Because he's got his Ags up, you get 2 pure Chakrams on top of him. He's also going to be going for that Octarine Core. He's going to have that pretty soon. Oh, interesting. He's got the self-diffused.
Jesse Bash. Gonna take a good bit of damage here. The Burrow Strike connects, but now your Sand King. Yules dodges it away. Gabby is still there. They take down Jesse Bash. They have the Fatal Bonds onto 3, but it's a good Omni Slash. It's already down onto Rappy, and they do manage to get out the Omni Knight ulti. The Burrow Strike onto a couple of them. They're all still so survivable in this, though. The BKB's pop for Gabby, and now Ben turned upon as well. Can they find the kill? He's so freaking low, and they are going to be able to get that one, but they've lost 4 for it. So Gabby stands alone at the end of the day. They only took down the Alk and the CM.
I thought Timbersaw was just about to get a rampage. He was so close to it too. If he had just got off his chakrams, if he was able to live just a little bit longer, maybe if Gabby had E-bladed his Timbersaw there, he would have been able to turn it around. But he got super greedy. He was like, oh, let me just kill this Alchemist right now. And then in hindsight, that's a really good play, but at the same time, if he had saved his Timbersaw there, the Timbersaw would have killed the Alchemist, and he would have killed everyone else. So, could have been a bigger play for Gabby there. Could have saved Timbersaw. Fortunately, it didn't happen, and with Rock now on cooldown, I don't think they're going to be able to push or anything, but this next contention is going to be Roche. They're pinging it already. They have a ward now, both sides, for this Dire side. So the Dire know this is happening. They have buyback on Alk. Do they want to buy back?
I mean, they might not even need to. Depending upon how this Omni Slash goes, they're going to catch right at the start of it and fly solo. And now the Omni Slash is there onto Gabby. He gets the E-Blade to keep himself alive for the moment. Little strike now there onto Jules. Right clicks. They get the call as well. A good stun again. Yaj playing out of his mind in this one. Now Rappy is going to be able to be force staffed away again. They do take down Jesse Bash. Now looking for RR. There's the Burrow Strike. 2 are going to die to this. So you lose 3 total after that earlier kill on the Alk. And it does look like they needed a little bit more to contest that Morphling Roshan.
Yeah, that was a bit bold. That was some big cojones, and that did not pay off at all. You're going in without your Alchemist. You use a Juggernaut ulti on a Warlock who doesn't have ulti, so he doesn't care. He's happy about that. Morphling uses his E-Blade at a nice time, cancels out all the remaining Omni Slashes, and then all of a sudden you just turn around the team fight because you're positioned now at a bad spot on the hill. Axe turns it around, and then now you're going to force your Omni Knight to buy back, most likely.
They almost caught a call there onto the Alk, too, which would have just been tragic if he died at that instance. But, I mean, Gabby can walk high ground here, and there's not a whole hell of a lot that they can do to stop him. Lotus Orb, he has the Manta Style. If he wants to take off the silence as well, he's going to be stunned there. Counter, a good play to catch Rappy in the middle of that call, and didn't end up getting it off. Now Ben turning onto Armel. They get the waveform back and they keep him alive. A really big combination comes out. Fatal Bonds onto 3 heroes. Can they kill them all off? They're going to have to shrine up. The Chaotic Offering does a lot of work, though. And it looks like, actually, Clutch Gamers are going to make the call to back up themselves. They don't want to try and pressure this one.
Yeah, they wasted Rock. There's already a buyback. There's way too much. This -10 on the Acid Spray, or -12, my bad. Coming in from the Acid, the -5 bonus coming in from the Talent. It's just too much for Gabby. Even with 40 armor, he's just taking so much damage from the Radiance. He's like, how do I even go high ground on my Morphling? And he also has his BKB right now cooling down on his stash, so that's going to take a lot longer to come off cooldown. Which it probably won't matter, like we talked about, because the Warlock is going to have to wait for his ulti.
Yeah. Another call in here mid, just calling the illusions whenever they get a chance to. And Gabby, I'm assuming ever closer towards that next big item. Butterfly could be on the docket. He actually ended up going for a Moon Shard first, so even more damage. But this could be another round of going up high ground, getting a couple of hits in on the range barracks, and then backing. Manta Style Aegis, he's good to go.
Yeah, I would really like to see him get the Butterfly next, and then just put his Boots of Travel in the stash or something, and then let Timbersaw have the Aegis or something. I'd really love to see that play.
Well,
So
movement again. Timbersaw there, pushing out the wave. Fly Solo still 60 seconds from having his ultimate up. But it does look like they're going to get a couple of these free pot shots off on the barracks, potentially. Right to the side. Jug's still waiting to jump. They get the call onto Ben. Good combination. Silence onto several. Rappy's still alone here. The Omni Slash is onto Gabby. He needs to switch back over to Strength Form now. He's going to be able to waveform away from it. Jules, they drop him low. They kill him off. That's the Aegis gone. Armel is going to fall too. Oh, Happy Feet. They're making the plays that they need. Gabby is going to die. They get another kill. 2 go down. They both have buyback, but this is a huge problem. Happy Feet are going to run down mid.
Oh. Yaj is pretty much carrying them right now in these situations with his stuns and silences. They did a really nice combo though, Clutch Gamers. I really do commend them for their efforts there. The Sand King, he neutralized the Omni Knight for about 6 seconds where he wasn't able to pop ulti, and he still hasn't even popped the ulti. That's like the worst part about it. They won that team fight without Guardian. So this is going to be crucial for this next team fight. Buyback already on 1.
Okay, the Sand King is very close to dead already. The double Chakram's quite good. Rappy with the call to pull him back in further. They still go for another round of this if they want. Double Chakrams again, going to try and push back Happy Feet. But they're holding on to that Morphling buyback. The most important thing as well is that you see the tier 4 towers are starting to be assaulted inside of Happy Feet's base at the moment. The creeps are in there, but so too are Happy Feet. Rappy looking for the call. It's going to get it. Misses completely. Omni Slash is now down onto 3. They drop the chaotic offering, but is it going to be enough? Gabby comes right into the Omni Slash. They're taking a good bit of damage. There is going to be that only ulti that comes out. The frame rate is going all the hell. Yaj ever so low. Jules now turned upon as well. Can they kill him off? Ben ends up stunning himself. A great Lotus Orb to keep him alive. Jesse Bash trying to keep away. Will be able to do that, but Ben is going to fall. And now, as you said, with no buyback on Jug, this could be what Clutch Gamers were waiting for.
Oh man, Yaj making the play. He got the Ags on it. He saved Juggernaut's life, but he wasn't able to kick him out of the team fight. So without able to kick him out of the base, he just stood there, died to the Morphling right clicks when he came out from Scotty. You can't run away. Now they're put into this awkward situation. There is no Warlock ulti this time. There's no Omni ulti. Can they hold?
I got the Golems heading up here. They want to try and hit at least a little bit onto these towers. Armel in the area as well, but just how quickly Gabby just takes it down. Just does not care about Ben all that much at all. Just need to be careful about that armor. And Armel actually, if he ends up going down here, there's the call into Ben. They're not going to be able to keep him alive. They have the jump forward. Jesse Bash is going to fall, but can they kill off this Alchemist? They're not even hitting the towers at this point. This team fight is not going the way that Clutch Gamers needed to in a lot of ways. Like, they take down the CM fine, but they've lost the Timbersaw. He's dead for 100.
Well, and then now they're even chasing more.
Dire's middle tower.
This Axe really does need a BKB. He's going to have it soon. Maybe that'll turn these team fights around. It's just, they don't have enough burst damage, it feels. They put the Repel on the Alchemist, and then Timbersaw becomes useless. It's pretty much the story of this game, how Repel pretty much securing these situations. Nice TP away just in time.
This is what they needed here. Yeah, they're going to kill off Ben. That's such a huge kill, because now it's 2 minutes. Like, that's the thing, is you get one huge pickoff like that, and now the game could just be over. I mean, can they hold without the Alchemist?
Man, I do not think they can. I think it's just over. Like, their biggest problem was the Alchemist. Just that acid spray on the front lines, constantly ticking away Morphling. Now they don't have that nuisance of him just, like, running in. Now he can just freely do whatever he wants.
Morphling has a DD as well. Like, it doesn't get a whole lot better in the time than this right now. So, Creep's going to be one shot almost in the lane. And, I mean, the barracks aren't going to last a hell of a lot longer than that. Jesus. Look at these things drop. Turns on to Jules. That's going to be another melee down. There's Omni Slash reflected with the Lotus. Oh, nicely done there. They're looking for the call as he comes out of it. Jules going to start to get ran down. They do have the Burrow Strike. Chaotic Offering connects onto 3. They're all fatal bombs up. Can they actually do it? It looks like they are going to be able to. Jesse Bash pops his ulti, but there's the jump forward. Gabby on top of him. They find that kill too. Still 40 seconds with none of the Alchemist. Another big call comes in from Rappy. The double Chakram goes out there, almost able to king down RR. And it does look like with those Chakrams, it's not quite going to be enough. But again, hitting these tier 3 and tier 4 towers soon. I think that Clutch Gamers might have just done it. At the very least, they're securing Mega Creeps.
Right.
Bro? Question mark? All right, RR in some trouble. The double Chakrams. You guys need to hit the buildings. There's the Glimmer Cape to keep them alive. But
tell them, Lyrical. Tell them objectives. Come on. This is your golden opportunity to end this Alchemist dang game. Screw Alchemist pickers.
He's super annoying.
Death to Alchemist.
I would not be upset if that hero was removed from competitive for like even just a week. Give me a week. That's all I want. I'll let him back afterwards. But
yeah, let's spice things up.
Absolutely. And I think that Morphline's a pretty good answer to him in general, you know? I think that we're going to see more of this hero as time goes on.
Yeah, it just so happened that this game they were able to put the lanes where they weren't going to be punished, right? So like Timbersaw punished out, the Axe can punish the Juggernaut, so it's just like, well, you're stuck in these lanes. Meanwhile, we have Sand King scouting out. They've got no gem on the side of Dire anymore, so HF, unfortunately, they have one sentry ward. If they were to maybe scout him out, if there's smoke break, then he can maybe potentially drop the sentry. They're going to go for an all-in Hail Mary right now.
I mean, this could work. Their lanes are pushed, as you said, and
no buyback
a lot of damage.
On Axe, no buyback on Morph, no buyback on Timber.
The only one that they've got it on is Sand King. There's a good chance that this could work. They've got to pull it off perfectly. Warlock is 30 seconds from having double ulti. The problem is that you always have the opportunity to go for the split push with Gabby. It's like, are they really... All right, Happy Feet are going for the Shrine play. Oh, Jules. Oh, God. I don't know if this is what you want to do. Blink away. All right. That's going to keep them alive there. It looks like they're confident taking this even against Mega Creeps.
The reason why Clutch Gamers, they were so hesitant to go on the Jug there, they didn't really know where the enemy was. Even though we did, it was like, okay, that Jug is going to be dead 100%. As well as they don't have buybacks.
Right.
Like they just want to play safe. They want to play cautiously. And that's the right play. Even though it doesn't look right from all of us, it's definitely the right play. Slow your rolls.
And I think it's probably the right play for Happy Feet too, because by the time they burst through the tier 4 towers and stuff, Morphling could have just TP'd into their base and won the game.
Yeah, I mean, you have the constant Brat factor coming in from Morphling. They can just buy time for him. There's just a lot of plays that the Radiant side can do now. It's going to be very hard for Dire to come back in the game. But let's see. They have... They're not even going to give Ags or CM Ags. Poor CM. Poor Jesse.
Oh, CM. I mean, to be fair, it probably just dies in an instant anyways, even with the added health you get from it. Oh, and now you can see also the Alchemist going back for the Mjolnir. He knows what time it is. You got to defend against these Mega Creeps, and well, there's only so many ways to do that.
I feel like he's going to... Is he going to sell something? I wonder what he's going to do here. Rip Radiance.
Oh, wow. That was not what I was expecting. Do you think that's the right call?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think the Radiance has been helping them out because not only has it been canceling the Blink Dagger of Axe a lot, it has been the Sand King sometimes too. And then now you don't have that miss chance. So you don't have the split push capabilities. It just seems weird to get rid of it. If anything, I think you'd get rid of Manta style.
I guess the idea here is maybe that like you don't expect that the Radiance is going to be able to push creep waves as well. I don't know. It's definitely
he doesn't
weird.
need he doesn't need AC and Shivas. He only needs one. Okay. I feel it's like too much armor. Somebody else can get one of those. Like the Omni Knight can go for one of those. It's just like taking up a slot, and then you could still have some other thing. And then he's going to go now for... He's going for the right-click build. Heavy right-click build now.
All right. I'm pretty okay with that as long as it ends up like translating into something, which is going to be this like fighting style, and then it also means that the Morphling Radiance is not going to be thrown back at you.
Oh, Abyssal Sand King.
Good. All right, Eul Scepter lift up the call. Was it there? They actually didn't end up using the call, but they get the big Chaotic Offering off. No Fatal Bonds to follow. Jules in some trouble. The second Chaotic Offering comes down. Now they get the Fatal Bonds. Now they get the Epicenter. The damage coming through. They get off the ulti from the Omni Knight, but still going to get ran down here, and Ben pops his stun, wants to chase down and kill off Rappy. The forced have to keep him alive for the moment, but another Burrow Strike comes through, and now the Morphling go into town. All the golems take him down. RR as well. There's 2 buybacks from the cores, but with these spell immune golems, it is just so hard to deal with. And well, you do end up losing that Warlock. The golems are still here, staying largely in charge. Gabby is brought very low. He's going to lose his Aegis. Can they kill him off a second time? I don't think it's going to happen. Ben, they looks like they're just going to give him the little rigmarole. There's the kill from Gabby. 2 minutes gone. And I think with that, Happy Feet are going to lose this series 2-0 against Clutch Gamers, who put on quite a display for us.
Right. Showed us how to deal with Alchemist. Timbersaw, not really pleased with his performance this game. It could have been a lot cleaner, and then this game could have potentially ended 30 minutes ago. But that's just also HF recognizing that Timbersaw's playing cocky, which a lot of times Timbersaw's can do, and in which case he overdid it this game. So he got punished. They managed to get down his Bloodstones to like 5 charges. They slowed him down. They managed to finally get Alchemist up to that point where he had Radiance and Manta Style, and then he was just able to split push. And then their high ground defense was really good from HF. I was really pleased with it. But at the end of the day, that one pick off onto the Alchemist when he didn't have buyback in the bottom lane sealed the game. Like, that sealed the game. They had a really good chance to win, but so it could have went either way this game, and it was a pretty good game.
Well, yeah, it was a pretty good one. It ended up being about an hour long. I think that for me, the story of this series has been Gabby sort of asserting himself as a very dominant figure in Southeast Asian carry situation. Like, I think that for a lot of people, it's basically just been Raven or bust as far as Southeast Asian carries. You got players like Miracle as well, who's one of those core guys that's quite strong, but Gabby looking good. The CK in the last one, the Morphling in this one. I want to see more from him out of Clutch, and yeah, I'm excited. The next game as well is going to be a really great one. We got Warriors Gaming Unity versus TNC, and I do believe that one starts in about 45 minutes. I'm going to check with the admins to see if we can start any earlier. But Ryu, any final thoughts before we go to a quick little break here?
Nah, just stay tuned, guys. Don't go away. We'll be in chat. We'll talk to you. We're loners. I mean, we have lives. I mean, we don't. Anyways, Dota for life, guys. Take care. Hope you enjoyed the game.
Yeah, we'll be back in a bit, everybody. Stick around. More Southeast Asian qualifiers for the Summit 7 in just a few.